I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers.
Oh, goodness.
This is This Week in Crootin. This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our Director of Recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScout. See his fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And, of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express, I bet they had a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I hope some of the fans listening to the show made the Chicken Express stuffing.
Did you see that our boss...
We call it dressing.
Our dressing. Well, it depends if it's up in the bird or not. Did you see our boss, Brooke, when she watched the show? She was like, wait a second. The Chicken Express rolls in the stuffing? That
money.
I think it does feel like you unlocked some sort of thing for people that you're not allowed, it should be confidential. It's like a life hack that only the Illuminati should know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Whenever you get your... All right.
We're back to Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving post-game show, guys. You know this.
Whenever you get your tenders...
Your tendies, yeah.
And your roll. Biscuit, I'm a rolls guy. You have to open the roll, but not open it all the way.
Yeah, make it a taco shell.
Make it a taco shell. You put in 2 tendies. The mashed potatoes scooped on top. And then after you can barely close it, then you dunk it.
No one man should have all this power.
With the serendipity salt shake.
No one man.
With the serendipity salt on top, not stirred in. You want to get a serendipity salt on every dunk.
He makes such good points.
No one man should have all this power. It's This Week in Recruiting, and it's a very special edition of This Week in Recruiting, Greg Powers, because today we get to unveil the cover of the 2024 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Rising magazine, available exclusively to subscribers, texasfootball.com/subscribe. It's printing right now. It will be heading in the mail here shortly. I believe starting at the end of the week, it's going to start dropping in the mail.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a quick turnaround.
Quick turnaround. We are very excited for you to have it. More profiles of more than 400 of the best prospects across the state of Texas from the class of 2025, class of 2028. Of course, what a lot of people are going to pay attention to is page, I guess, 1.
Yeah.
First one, the cover. Last year, Micah Hudson on the cover. It was a tough conversation this year because there's so many great players, so many
so
cover-worthy
hard every
guys.
year, just like your Mr. Texas football selections, your finalists. It's so hard.
It's tough, but I feel good about our choice. I feel good about where we're.
I love it.
Do you want to unveil it?
Well, you didn't prep me for this, but I would be happy to. What do I just say? All right, look, I'm happy to go ahead and let y'all know the cover boy of the 2025 DCTF Rising magazine is it's Jonah Williams, the Texas Tornado at Galveston Ball.
A remarkable cover. Jonah Williams from Galveston Ball, the cover boy of the 2024 DCTF Rising edition. The Texas Tornado down there. And an incredible cover there shot there at Galveston. We can take you inside a little bit about what we did here. You were on hand for the cover shoot. I wasn't able to make it, but you went down to Galveston, met with Billy Mazie, our outstanding photographer down there. You and then Mike Craven, who wrote the cover of the remarkable feature inside of there. And you had a great time getting the shots with Jonah.
We're going to hear more from Jonah, but so excited to go down to Galveston Ball. What a great program. A true program on the rise. And you have to read Craven's cover story, especially if you're a Texas Longhorns fan, to get to know Jonah Williams better, where he comes from, what it's like playing, as they like to call, on the island down in Galveston, and what it's like just in general to be a member of the Galveston Ball Tornadoes.
Yeah.
And he's truly the Texas Tornado because he is a Mr. do it all, right? Like, he's a guy on the field that can do a little bit of everything. He's a freakish all-around athlete, and his skills on the field are just kind of like hyped up by his character and, you know, his discipline off the field. He's a leader.
Yeah, he is, and he is a guy who he got injured late in the season, unfortunately, and wasn't able to finish the season for Galveston Ball. But he is so remarkable and freakish and able to make his impact felt in so many different areas of the ball game. Offense, defense, special teams. Like, he is, like, the word, I am usually, and I think you're kind of the same way, I am usually pretty hesitant to put the term athlete on a player. Yes. I think because it's like, okay, they're going to land somewhere, and they're probably better. Sometimes it feels like a cop-out.
Right.
That's the only way to describe Jonah Williams. It's the only way is the word athlete.
Yeah, I always have wrestled back and forth with, like, where to rank him, how to rank him, what position fits him best, because as I think about it, I want to rank the players at the position where they would be rated the highest. Mm-hmm. They're happy to be rated the highest. And the colleges that recruit them want them to be rated extremely high, right? But he's a 5-star no matter whether you rank him at linebacker, safety, or athlete. I've been steadfast in leaving him at safety. Mm-hmm. I think he could play that or will play that position in college, but he's going to roam around. Mm-hmm. And he's been he's selected to the super team in the DCT, the preseason super mm-hmm. team, in the spring edition of Dave Campbell's Texas football as a utility player mm-hmm. because he scored in so many different ways and brings so much, like you said, to the table.
He has to. He's a remarkable player down there. Jonah Williams, the cover boy, the 2024 DCTF Rising Edition, available exclusively to Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscribers. Go to texasfootball.com/subscribe to get yours mailed to you. You can get it in your mailbox. But while you were down there in Galveston, you got to catch up with the man himself, correct?
I did. Hear from Jonah, listen to what makes him special, and I think you're going to come away from this interview and kind of know why this was the pick for our cover.
Here's DCTF Rising cover boy Jonah Williams on Texas Football Today.
Greg Powers, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm happy to be joined by Jonah Williams here at Galveston Ball High School, where we just shot the cover shoot for the DCTF Rising magazine, man. Like, this is my second time coming. I went to Micah Hudson's last year. It was a lot of fun. But I like the vibe that we had out here at this one, man, out at the stadium.
Yes, sir.
Y'all's stadium's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I know you took that 100-yard touchdown return in the first game of the year, but that's not the only points that you've scored out there. I believe when I was writing for the magazine in the spring, I saw that you had 6 or 7 different ways you scored last year. So just in general, man, like, what's it like being at Galveston Ball, being a Tornadoes, being a member of the Tornadoes team?
It means a lot. Growing up on the island, not too many attractions to the island, but you can always find an open field and get some work or play football with your friends. So that was a pro and living on the island. So it just means a lot coming from Galveston Ball. Not too many people know about it up in the Texas area, but soon y'all will get the memo.
An interesting fact here is this school's produced as many or more NFL players than any other high school in the Lone Star State. I don't want to predict the future or anything like that, but we've got you rated as one of the top 5 players in the state, and that puts you in the 5-star category range, and that projects you as an NFL talent, man. Just like there's a lot of expectations that come with that. How do you deal with it? How do you stay grounded here, not only to be successful, but to be a leader for the other guys that are coming now up behind you? Because there's a lot of talent on the rise in here at Galveston Ball.
Yes, sir, definitely. Definitely taking it day by day, soaking it all in. Just trying to keep all my teammates humble after winning games. Just it's always on to the next game no matter what. So just keeping everybody grounded, staying consistent with practice schedule, working out. So
you get to give us a first-hand report, right? Like, you just did a cover shoot for a magazine. Just pretty cool in and of itself. But you're going to be on the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Rising magazine. Drops in December. So you guys are watching this right now. We just revealed the cover. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and get your magazine with Jonah on the front. What was it like? I mean, what was it like going through that? I know you got a lot of this like in your future because NIL, getting paid, when you get to the NFL, there's going to be a lot of media opportunities coming with that. But what was your experience like getting a photo shoot done?
It was a blessing. Y'all could have chosen any player in Texas, and y'all chose me. from Galveston Ball. So it was just really a blessing going through the photo shoots. I had a great time. It was fun. It was a great experience. So I just thank y'all for that.
We touched off the top, like how many different ways you scored touchdowns, but physical player on the defensive side of the ball is where we project you to play at in college. Kind of break down your strengths. Why should college fans be excited about watching Jonah Williams play the game?
I definitely have a lot of knowledge for the game. So just route concepts, watching film, just doing all the extra stuff, all the little things to just to get 1% better than everybody else. So that's really how I go about it.
As a guy who has to do like recruiting rankings, scouting, evaluations, that kind of stuff, one thing that I found really interesting over the last few cycles of the NFL draft is that a lot of guys who project to the defensive side of the ball in high school, they're great offensive players, right? And they score touchdowns, and that athleticism then translates over to the defensive side. How have you used like your experiences in the return game on the offensive side of the ball to help you become a more mental player on the defensive side?
Just thinking about what an offensive player would do as an offensive player playing both sides of the ball, just thinking about the scenarios that an offensive player will go through, hand-eye coordination from catching the ball, catching picks, jumping up. Really just there's a lot of things that goes into playing both ways and using all abilities to enhance your game.
So could defensive Jonah Williams shut down or lock down offensive Jonah Williams? What would be the keys to success right there if you had to like guard yourself?
Probably. I'm pretty good at locking up tall, lengthy receivers, so that's really not my struggle. But our offensive Jonah is
he's got some athleticism.
Yeah, he can't be guarded, so it's really it's a hard decision.
You heard it from the man right there, Jonah Williams. Go ahead and pick up your copy of his magazine that's coming out. Thanks for the time, man, and congratulations once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jonah Williams, the cover boy, the 2024 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Rising, available exclusively to Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscribers, texasfootball.com/subscribe. All sorts of good stuff in there. And I'll just say, it's a kick-ass cover.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a kick-ass cover. And he looks the part. You know what I mean? I think one of the things that when we were putting together, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the things that we were going for is like, this guy is freaky, and we want this to be like the kind of thing that like when you look at it, you go like, oh, this guy's different. You know what I mean? And that's what it feels like here. This guy's like, oh, this is a guy who is a different ball player.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he is like, he's so rangy, right? He made me look so small in the video interview because when you think you're interviewing a linebacker safety hybrid, you don't feel like you're going to get dwarfed.
Towered over.
Yeah. All of 6'2", 6'3".
Because that's the thing. Something to tell people who just watch that interview. Greg Powers, not a small man. You're 6
Normal
foot.
size?
Yeah, you're a 6 foot dude. Like he's and Jonah Williams is just like, how you doing down there, squirt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's unbelievable, and the playmaking ability he has, and the knack for the big play.
Right.
Like the number of times where you would watch that and you'd be like, you know what? You look at your watch, you're like, feels like Jonah Williams o'clock, and he'd just come up with a big play.
Yeah, those special players have that ability to flip that switch, right, whenever the game's on the line or your team's backs are against the wall. I don't want to give away the cover story, so I don't want to say so much or too much about him, but he grew up in a competitive family, right? And that pushed him to be better. He's always been a great athlete, multi-sport athlete. But now he's going to be going to college, and now it's the Texas coach's job to figure out what position fits him best, how they want to groom him for future success, and will that translate into him being an NFL player down the road? All the tools are there. Everything is there. Now it's up to the Texas coaches to develop him, and we'll see how that goes. You know, they want to develop him because they want to see Jonah Williams' names called on the first round of the draft. So
Jonah Williams, the cover boy, the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Rising edition, available exclusively to subscribers, texasfootball.com/subscribe. More than 400 prospects inside this magazine. Class of 2025, 26, 27, yes, 28. Guys who are just finishing up their freshman year.
crazy.
You can see in there. Put together by Greg Powers. And expert team of friends.
Yeah, thanks to all the team of friends around here and around the state.
It is, absolutely. It was a big lift to put this
You guys all know who you are. Hopefully you're watching.
Absolutely.